Speaking of jam, and we understand Meghan is still struggling to finalise her trademark for American Riviera Orchard. What's the latest and what's her plan B?
Well, we know that she's actually asked for more time because the patent board basically asked her to within 3 months to reform the issues that they found with it, namely because she had the word America in there, and you can't actually patent geographical locations for obvious reasons. You could have brands that have America in there that probably are not representative of the US unless it's kind of unofficial duty, as well as I think the letter O in the word orchard was viewed as not an actual letter. It was seen as a bit weird, as like sort of a character. So she's had to do that. I think what's quite surprising, and what's surprised many business leaders who've commentated on this, is the fact that it just shows a complete lack of business acumen or experience. There is no professional in their right mind that would make such rookie mistakes. I mean, to struggle to accurately patent something and then to have to go back, ask for more time, even though she's been given 3 months. I mean, 3 months seems like a good amount of time. But she drummed up the hype, and she was sending celebrities jars of her jam, and she kind of, run before she could walk. And again, this is something that many business people just don't understand, how she could make such mistakes. Now, for the rest of us, it seems pretty obvious. She's not a business person. This is an actress. She's never actually run an organization. But even if she hasn't, even business people that don't have direct experience in what she's doing would have the good sense to have experts around her that know what they're doing. But it seems, again, like the kind of rumors we've been hearing about Meghan being a know-it-all and wanting things done her way seem to ring true, because only she could make this kind of mistake.
Yeah, well, it will be very interesting to see what happens there. You would think that she would have advisors around her and that could have been avoided. But anyway, we will see where that goes to from here. Now, this week there's been a really interesting discussion around the Americanisation of Harry's accent. So here's Harry from 7 years ago, and before he moved to the US, talking about his relationship with Meghan.
We met once and then twice, back-to-back, 2 dates in London. Last July,
yes,
beginning of July, and then it was, I think, about 3, maybe 4 weeks later that I managed to persuade her to come and join me in Botswana.
And here's a recent clip that has people noting a slight Californian twang.
All right, screw it, let's go. Let's do it. Dude, it's enormous. Is that your name? Does that say Jelly Roll?
No.
You put your name on my neck? Are you serious?
Esther, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising that he's sort of mirrored the accent of the basically predominant population of where he is. I mean, I do think it's interesting. I think it actually, many people don't know that it probably stems from his princely training. And what I mean by that is, when the princes were young and they were raised to kind of prep them for diplomatic duties and meeting foreign dignitaries and all the rest of the things that come with being a royal member of the royal family, they're often taught to mirror the person that they're meeting, not just in terms of posture, but usually in terms of tone, accent. And these kind of slight subtleties that really kind of make the person that you're being introduced to, though you're speaking to, feel at ease. And I suspect that's something that's going on here. He moved to Montecito when he was almost 40, so he has a very solidified British accent, but I think it's something that's innate in him, and it's something that he does to try and make the other person feel comfortable. I know he started using the word dude, which is different, and you can just see a slight lax in the way that he speaks. He doesn't speak with the kind of clipped accent that we're usually used to, and of course I'm sure the influence of his children as well is quite prominent there. But I actually do think that this stems from his original training as someone who is effectively born and bred to meet dignitaries and to be a professional diplomat, to try and mirror the person that he's meeting, to try and put them at ease. And I think that's what we're seeing here.
Now, we've spoken many times about Harry's dispute with the Home Office. The suggestion's been made that he could cite Taylor Swift's police escort in that case. Does that help him at all, do you think?
Well, I don't think it would help him. I mean, the case he's making is the fact that Taylor Swift's got a one-off police escort is highlighting the inconsistencies around how police protection is being applied. However, the problem is, first of all, it was actually quite frowned upon by the British public. We now know the details of how Taylor Swift got that police escort. Apparently, it was her mother who insisted on her getting it after receiving terrorist threats from her concert in Vienna, Austria, which was subsequently cancelled. And this was, I believe, only about a week before she was due to come to London. So her mother seemed, quite paranoid, and she wanted that police escort. And we also know that it was actually the influence of the government, so the cabinet, and Keir Starmer and the Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, that really kind of pressured the Metropolitan Police to provide this. And I'm sure, they were paid handsomely for this. They didn't do it for free, but it was mainly outside influences, and it was certainly not a common thing. And this is not something that I think Prince Harry can successfully argue, because with all due respect, he's not a pop star facing terrorist threats in Austria. He is a man who left the royal family knowing that this would likely compromise his security. And he hasn't lost his police protection, which, we need to clarify. He gets it on a case-by-case bespoke basis. He somehow thinks that the Metropolitan Police should be on standby for when him and his family feel the urge to come to the UK, and that's just not how it works.
No, that's absolutely not how it works. But anyway, Harry seems to think that it is. Esther Krakue, thank you so much for joining us.